Life is hard, but it could be worse. Life is hard,
Is it recording?
but it could be worse.
I have no idea.
How can you tell?
Life is hard,
Because
but it could be
I can't. That's why I have no idea.
I hope it's recording.
Welcome to the Life is Hard podcast. We hope you can hear us, which you would be if A, we're recording, and B, you actually press play. Because if you can't hear us...
You could be watching Night of the Living Dead. Or is it, oh, I'm sorry, it's The Walking Dead. I don't watch... This is the problem. I miss out on all this stuff.
AMC TV's The Walking Dead.
I felt vindicated that I don't watch it on account of people that do watch it have violent episodes and
Not
kill their
all
friends.
Not all people.
I saw it in the news.
I watch it.
Oh my gosh! Do I need to? Do I need to like wear armor or something, protect myself? Are you gonna be? Are you gonna be hitting me with that guitar?
Just don't be around me and go like.
Don't try to bite you. Is that what that is?
Right.
That's the trigger.
Well, the article said, for those that don't know what we should.
Oh, come on. We can't just fill them in on the details.
We do this all the time.
Yeah, but we can go.
So apparently somebody somewhere was binge watching The Walking Dead while also binge drinking, and his friend was binge drinking as well.
Alcohol might have had something to do with it.
Yeah, it could have maybe had something to do with it. So the guy who was binge watching The Walking Dead thought his friend was turning into a zombie.
Which could happen, I guess. I mean, I
It happens
presume
all the time on the show.
Okay, so this is a real concern.
Yes, if you're immersed in this world, I guess.
And?
Well, and he did what any living person on the show would do to a zombie.
Attacking him, yeah.
And kill the zombie. You know how you have to kill a zombie, right?
You hit him with a guitar, right? Well, I'm just going by the article, right? He hit him with a guitar, he hit him with a microwave, and then my favorite part was and other household items.
We're gonna postulate.
This is not a funny story, people. Somebody actually died, but the other household items part really cracks me up. I can't help but.
It's kind of funny.
So you're watching The Walking Dead.
He threw a coffee mug at him.
You kill your buddy with other household items.
He threw empty beer cans, probably.
Yeah.
Empty
Well, I
beer
understand.
bottles.
After he killed his friend, he went wandering around the neighborhood and.
That's how they found out. I think was the neighbors called and said some guy's wandering around trying to kill people.
Yeah, that's serious. I don't know. I think he was doing something other than drinking alcohol. Not that you can't do some crazy shit on alcohol, but there's some. This reeks of some more psychedelic drugs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, could have been tequila.
Well, yeah, that would do it. I thought that just made your clothes fall off.
It makes all kinds of things fall off, apparently including your skin or your senses. But so the other household items are not gone into detail. They say he hit him with a guitar, a microwave, and other household items.
Yeah, if he had a prescription to Daraprim, he might have thrown a Daraprim bottle at him.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe a vacuum cleaner. Like he picked up the vacuum cleaner and whacked him with the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, why not? A broom.
A broom.
I mean, these are household items.
Coffee mug.
Could be,
I already said that one.
Could be. I don't think he said it while we were.
A cereal box.
Hard to kill a zombie with a cereal box.
Well, it's hard to kill a zombie with a microwave.
A microwave? I don't know.
I mean, I guess you could. It would be not like the most convenient thing.
All I know is I'm never.
Wait a second. Let me unplug the microwave.
Yeah.
Lift it, and try to swing it at you.
I'm never gonna look at you the same way again.
You have to shut their brain down. Is the thing.
That's
with
why
the zombies. So
I'm
you
going
can
to
hack
the
their
helmet.
arms off. They still come after you and try to bite you. You can shoot them in the chest. Doesn't do anything.
All right.
But if you put a bullet or a knife or decapitate them or something along those lines to where it disconnects their brain.
I wish we were shooting video right now because I'm about to go get a helmet and a collar.
So that you can be protected?
Yeah, because I mean, you watched this show. Me. Yeah.
We're not watching it now.
Well,
and I haven't been drinking.
When did you last watch it?
Sunday. It's on Sunday nights.
Oh my goodness.
And that's probably when it happened, because they also killed one of the main characters. Spoiler alert! I won't tell you who it is, though, in case you watched the show. But it had a lot of people very upset, because it was a character that a lot of people liked.
Great. So now we're upsetting our audience. We're causing people to run around and kill people.
That wasn't our fault. None of that was our fault. That was...
Oh, well, no, we don't have a big enough audience for it to matter.
So, are the producers of the TV show The Walking Dead responsible for this guy's death?
That's a good question, considering the way litigation has been going lately. But we're going to have our own T-shirt soon with our... Didn't we decide we were going to do a T-shirt with every hate symbol we could conceive of?
Yes. And now for something completely different.
Oh,
That's what we should call this episode. Now for something completely different. As
Yeah.
we bounce.
Bouncing, yes. Bouncing is good. We'll do that later, too.
Yes.
You guys always miss out on the bouncing part. And we have to do that after we record.
We're gonna have a T-shirt that has a swastika, a Confederate flag.
Probably a pentagram or something.
Ooh, yeah, pentagram. That'd be
Yeah,
good.
because we have to offend the Christians. Maybe an upside-down cross.
Didn't we already offend the Christians with the pentagram?
Well, yeah, but you got to be thorough with it.
We gotta double offend the
But it
Christians.
depends on whether we run out of space.
Just have a picture of a Muslim.
If we
That'll
run-
offend them.
If we run out of space, oh no, we just need a picture of Muhammad.
Which would also offend the Muslims.
Yeah.
And we get them both in one shot.
I wonder if he'll have like a bomb in his turban. That's what he got in trouble for. Yeah. Drew a picture of Muhammad with a bomb in his turban.
We can have a picture of a Mexican flag. That'll offend the Republicans.
Yeah. Oh, did you include the Confederate flag in your list?
Yes.
Okay.
The Confederate flag was one of the first ones.
Okay, I was thinking of other stuff at the time. I have a one-track mind.
Oh my God, you're turning into a zombie.
I told you I'm gonna get a helmet.
Quick, let me get a microwave.
Here's a guitar over here.
Yeah, I'm not throwing that at you. I like to play that guitar. I could throw my phone at you. It's in a case.
But I'm thinking we can raise money with this T-shirt.
Raise money for what? For us?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
really the only cause worth raising money for,
Well,
I think.
Well, yeah, but I'm just thinking maybe we could start a GoFundMe to fund making the T-shirt in the first place.
That's
and that way we can weigh the response, how many people will actually want to buy it.
Yeah, or
before we
Kickstarter.
actually make it.
Something.
Yeah, I got a feeling we would get kicked off of both of those sites.
It's
we're
satire.
I know, but we're peddling a hate speech.
Equal opportunity hate speech.
Well, as an individual, you have a right to exhibit these symbols.
That's where the conversation started. Because
Yeah.
people want to fly the Confederate flag and they're mad they can't.
Well, they can't.
But they can.
There's no law
Exactly.
that says they can't. They would have a First Amendment issue with that. It's just, they're trying to take it out of the government buildings and stuff.
And we can make the shirts kid sizes
Yeah.
so that they could wear them to school.
You saw the University of Mississippi is no longer flying the Mississippi flag, right?
No, I did not
Yeah,
see that.
they decided to not, because it's the Confederate flag.
The Mississippi flag is the Confederate flag.
It's either very similar or it's the same. I saw a picture and it looked the same to me.
So they can't fly the state flag?
They are not flying the state flag. They had a consensus.
Are they going
for
to change the state flag?
Well, the
I mean,
goal
if you're
is
going to go to bother to take it down,
the
you should
university's
redesign it.
goal is to start
Oh, it's just the university.
some kind
I
of just the
understand.
university of Mississippi.
So it's not like the whole state said we're not flying our own flag.
No,
anymore.
no, no. But the university's hoping to get other schools to follow suit and eventually get the state to amend the flag.
Gotcha.
That's going to be an expensive process, changing the state flag.
Of all the ridiculous things, I don't know why people put so much stock in symbology.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess depending on who you are and your perspective, I can kind of see it. I don't want to, without walking a mile on their moccasins, I don't want to judge them. At the same time, you can't expect the whole world to change. This goes back to what we said in another podcast, where I said you have no right not to be offended.
But a flag is a flag. It's just a frickin' piece of fabric. It doesn't do anything.
What, are you going to be one of those people that says, guns don't kill people, people kill people, flags don't kill people?
Well,
flagpoles kill people.
Flags don't kill people unless...
Well, you could kill someone with a flag.
Maybe you could suffocate them with a flag.
Exactly.
But flags flying over top of buildings...
Unless the pole falls on you.
Rarely kill people. But if you fly a gun up there...
Just waving in the wind.
Right. Somebody will figure out a way to shoot somebody with it.
I don't know. I just think the argument's similar. You know.
People do kill people, but I'm not in that camp. I am totally against guns because they have one purpose and it's completely destructive, and I don't like it. There is no redeeming value in a gun.
But
a flag.
You could make similar arguments with the Confederate flag. You could say that people with Confederate flags kill people. You know, that they harass people, they torture people, they do all kinds of terrible things. So, similar to people with guns kill people.
That would be awful.
And you could say that the Confederate flag has no other purpose except to, harass and terrorize.
But I don't make that swath against people with guns like you just did. It's the gun that's the problem in my mind. Because... certain people will kill people one way or another.
It's the mass murder.
But man, guns make it super convenient, don't it?
Well, and you can kill a lot more people. Oh, speaking of that, did you see the lady that drove into the parade?
Drove into the parade? No.
Yeah, 25-year-old woman. Apparently, my theory on this is she fell asleep. Just to give you the whole story at the beginning, they didn't know what the deal was. They're doing toxicology to find out whether she was on any drugs or alcohol, but her family and her boyfriend both say that she was not one to drink, she was not one to do drugs, but she had been suffering from some depression and related insomnia, and she didn't get sleep the night before. This is according to her boyfriend. So she was going to work, I guess, and
she didn't get any sleep. I was giving it to her all night.
Yeah, he didn't actually say that, but that was implied.
Right.
Clearly he was.
I'm her boyfriend.
He was when they did the interview on the television interview. He was kind of doing his hips, like that kind of little thrust thing. She didn't get sleep, but he was very subtle about it. Anyway, so this is really kind of a sad story, though. So I'm guessing she fell asleep. That's my hypothesis. They don't really know. She crashed into a bunch of people watching a parade. This was in Stillwater, Oklahoma, and she killed 4 people, including a 2-year-old, and injured 47. It was pretty serious. She
must have been going fast.
That's my theory. Because then she crashed into a tree. She went through a bunch of people and crashed into a tree, and the car, or a pole, I think she had. The car's pretty messed up.
The flagpole that was flying the Confederate flag.
That's exactly my point. So you see how that happens? But again, the only reason this came up is because we're talking about mass murder. Guns make it very easy to kill a lot of people.
Right.
And it's made me think of the car thing.
Well, you can, and here's the rest of the story, is you can kill a lot of people in a car, but cars also do something productive.
Oh, yeah, I'm not suggesting that cars are on par with guns. I'm just saying, it made me think of the story.
But that's my point, though, is cars you can do something productive with. There's not one productive thing you can do with a gun, and don't give me the hunting argument because that's bullshit.
Hunting, but not with pistols, not with.
It's still killing things anyway.
We're dealing with 2 different types of weapons, though.
Yeah,
a hunting weapon typically isn't what we're talking about. These are assault rifles. They're handguns with 18-round magazines.
That's what typical Americans who are for gun control are talking about. I'm talking about guns. Period. They're destructive because even if you say, well, I can make deer food, that's well and good unless you're the deer. You know what I mean? You're still going out to end life of some sort with a gun.
Everything eats something. That's the nature of life. I'm willing to accept this.
I know, now we're going
but I'm willing to accept that at some point you kill things, and a gun is a tool for doing that. I don't have, but I do have a problem with some of the we have to agree to disagree on some of that. But there's you brought up another point that was really important in this whole discussion, and now I don't remember what it was because you kept rambling on and on. And
I do that. Yeah. It was the Confederate flag that.
Oh no, cars! You said cars are useful. Actually, in America, sadly, cars are almost necessary. It's not just useful. It's like if you don't own one, you're at a distinct disadvantage unless you live in a big city where they have really good mass transit.
Right.
You're at a distinct disadvantage to someone who does own one. And it probably should be actually in functioning, good working order and all that, too.
Of course, we're getting to the point that if you don't own a gun, you're at a distinct disadvantage from somebody who does. Because they will rob you.
I don't know, actually, the
Or-
statistics are still that if you have a gun in your house, you're 5 times more likely to have someone killed by a gun in your home.
Oh, well. Yeah,
So
I mean,
it's
just,
actually not, believe it or not, it's not protective to have a firearm in your home.
I totally believe it. I was trying to be funny a minute ago.
Oh.
Clearly didn't work.
Damn it! Well, we'll edit that out because we don't want.
Don't
us to
say
be
that.
Funny.
You know we won't edit it out.
I know, but I hate it when you're funny because that our audience clearly. I mean, all the comments I've received, they should stop being funny. We want
Please be
serious
serious.
news from you guys. But speaking of having to have a car, I just read an article recently that the gas taxes are only paying for like half of the road maintenance and construction in this country. So we're literally subsidizing drivers. If we actually paid the real cost of driving, there would be an incentive to use public transportation. There would be incentives to do something different, for people.
If they had public transportation.
Well, but they would have an incentive to. If people had an incentive to use it, they have an incentive to provide it. The reason they don't provide public transportation is because driving is artificially cheap. We're not paying for the roads we're using. We're not seeing we are in the general fund sense, but you're not as a driver, you're not footing the bill like you should be.
You're saying gas should cost more, basically.
That's one solution that would have to. I mean, that would be, but
Or your registration every year would cost 5 times as much or something. Property taxes
probably
would
gas
go up.
would have to cost more. I mean, it should be something like on a per mile or per use. And they're saying the problem is going to get worse as we have more fuel efficient vehicles, because we'll have more people using the road and paying less for gas taxes. But one of the things that they cite is that the congestion we have on our roads is because it's so cheap to drive. And I'm all about that because I see people, I mean, you go out somewhere and the roads are just packed with people and it's like, does everybody have to be driving? Like, it's like people drive constantly. I mean, look at my neighbors going by. They go by, one person will go in and out of here 5 times in a day. What could you possibly,
Well, I mean, I drive around all the time.
Great.
You got crap to do.
Did you people hear that? Okay, so here I am trying to save the world, trying to save the planet, trying to save you some money and, cut down on the cost of road maintenance. And here's my partner in crime going, well, I'm right in there with him, man.
I got crap to do.
Yeah, well,
You
plan your crap. That's how you don't get in your car and drive to the convenience store and get something and then get back home and drive back to the convenience store to get something else. And
Sheba apparently has a.
we're under
opinion on
attack.
that.
Yeah. Well, we're probably being invaded.
The attack of the dogs.
This is what happens when there's zombies at the door. She starts doing this.
Let me
Yeah.
grab the guitar.
Anyway, I think if people plan their trips, they wouldn't have to make that many trips in a day. It's not that you can't drive, it's that you don't have to be making redundant trips. Like, you don't have to go to the grocery store twice in the same 48-hour period. You shouldn't have to.
It depends. Maybe you had money later that you didn't have before. I took the $20, I went to the grocery store, I spent it on all the stuff I could buy, and then later
You had $5 more, and you went.
somebody
back
gave
and
me
got-
$5 for whatever reason because I
So
gave
now
them
you
some
had-
life coaching, about
had-
how to plan their trips to the grocery store.
Oh, I thought you were gonna bring up the $5 I gave you. You didn't have to keep bugging me about that.
No,
I don't want to hear about it anymore.
I actually
It's-
wasn't even thinking of
You
that.
were. That's what you were thinking about. You just didn't want to reference it specifically because you knew I'd be.
That
hurt.
reminds me, I've got to go to the store and use this.
Yeah. Run up against
I'm just
cigarettes.
saying, I drive an hour to get here.
Right.
Well, it's a bit of an
but
exaggeration.
but we do this
but-
once a week.
Right. And if we planned it better, I should only drive here once and we do the podcast for the entire year.
Oh man, we'd have to read we'd have to get our time machine and find out what was going to be in the news. Because the news is the primary source of all my material. I would.
Is that what you call this stuff? Material?
All right. So he's doing. Did you guys hear that? Like, we could play this back. In case you missed that, just rewind it a little bit and play it back. He's now... Remember when he said they didn't need my ideas? And I was like...
I never said that.
We don't need your ideas. We're fine without you. And then I'm like,
I
okay, fine.
never-
Do the podcast without me. And then they're like, oh, but now we... It's like...
Speaking of rewinding, you need to listen to that one again because you're the one that said, you don't even want my ideas. And we
Well,
never said that.
I think you guys agreed with me. I'm pretty sure.
We did not.
Yeah.
Absolutely
It's
not.
the same way as that you look better in your pictures.
But it could be worse.
It's, you know...
Life is hard.
It's just hard, I'm telling you. Okay, so thanks for listening.
Life is
Subscribe.
Life is hard.
Send us comments at comments
But it could
at
be worse.
lifeishardpodcast.com.
Life is hard.
And please don't throw a microwave at me.
But it could be worse.
No, just don't throw it at me. You can.
But it could be worse. Life is
I
hard.
don't even watch the show.
But it could be worse.
Is this thing
Life is
recording
hard.
anyway? I don't think we even recorded this.
But it could be worse. Life is hard. But it could be worse.